It's the end of a long day, and you finally got the bathroom to yourself for 90 seconds. You unwrap a fresh bar, that cream-colored one with the soft, pretty name, the one that promises to be gentle. You run it under warm water, work up a lather, wash your face. And then you step out, pat dry, and there it is. Tight feeling, that little pull across your cheeks, the one that has you reaching for the lotion bottle before your hair is even dry. And you think, my skin's just dry today. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe it's me. Hold on to that tight, squeaky feeling because it was trying to tell you something. That bar you just used, the one you've trusted for years, the gentle one. There's a fair chance it was never soap at all. And the part that gets me, the part I want you to sit with, is that the company will tell you so right on the package, if you only knew which word to read. I'm Penny. I'm a mom of two, and I am the one standing in the soap aisle holding up the line, flipping a bar over to read the teeny print on the back while my youngest asks if we can please go. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a dermatologist. I'm just the mom who got tired of buying bars labeled gentle that left my kids itchy and pink. And somewhere in there, I started turning every single wrapper over before it went in the cart. That's the whole story. That's my entire Ursum. And here's what I love about today. The same thing I always promise you. You do not have to trust one word I say. Everything I'm about to tell you is printed right there on the wrapper. Or it's sitting in the FDA's own public files where anyone with a phone can pull it up. I'm going to name names. Then you go flip your own bar over and check me. That's the deal. I even put together a little one-page cheat sheet you can pull up at the store. And the link's down below if you want it, but the video gives you everything free either way. No pressure. None. So let me hand you the one tool that makes this whole aisle make sense. The thing you'll keep long after you've forgotten every brand I named today. Here it is. Real soap is just oil married to lye. That marriage even has a name. It's called saponification. And on a label, it shows up as honest, plain words. You'll see saponified oils, or you'll see names like sodium cocoa, which is just saponified coconut oil, or sodium olivate, saponified olive oil, or sodium tallowate. That's the real thing. But if the very first ingredient doing the cleaning is a detergent, something like sodium lauryl isethionate or sodium lauryl sulfate, then friend, that is not soap. That is a detergent bar wearing a soap costume. And this isn't just me being picky. This is the law. The FDA says plainly that to even be called soap, a product has to be made mostly of those fatty acid salts. And those salts have to be the only thing doing the cleaning. The moment a synthetic detergent does the work instead, it legally stops being soap and becomes a cosmetic. The FDA also says, in plain language, that today there are very few true soaps left on the market, and that most body cleansers, bar and liquid both, are actually detergent products. So say it with me one time so it sticks. Read the first word. Oil. Or detergent. That's the whole game. Now let's read a few together. Worst first. And I'm starting with the most beloved name in the whole bathroom. Number 1. Dove. The cream-colored bar. The 1/4 moisturizing cream. The most trusted, gentle name there is. The one the dermatologists recommend. The bar your mom kept by the sink. And I want to be fair here, because this is the part folks find hardest to believe. Dove will tell you the truth themselves. Go to their own website tonight and read it. It says, right there in their own words, Dove Beauty Bar is not soap. And flip the bar over, and the very first ingredient is sodium lauryl isethionate. That's a synthetic detergent, not a saponified oil. Here's my verdict. The most honest sentence on the whole package is the one nobody ever reads. It might be a perfectly nice cleanser for your skin. I'm not here to say it'll hurt you. I'm here to say it is not the soap you think you're carrying home. And the bigger the trust a name has earned, the more quietly it can spend it. That's exactly why it goes first. Number 2, the whole beauty bar shelf. Olay, Caress, and all their pretty cousins. The spa-looking wrappers, the soft pastel colors, the words beauty bar and moisturizing bar sitting right next to the real soap like a friendly neighbor. And these lean on the same trick as Dove. Flip them over, and you'll find those same detergent surfactants, the isethionate family, doing the cleaning, which is the exact reason the FDA says most of the cleansing bars on your shelf today are legally cosmetics, not soap. And here's the part that ought to click for you. The words beauty bar are the tell. Companies reach for that phrase precisely because the law won't let them say soap. My verdict. When a bar has to call itself anything other than soap, that's your answer. Flip it. Read the first word. Number 3, Dial. The antibacterial bars. The gold bar by the kitchen sink that kills 99.9% of bacteria. The number 1 antibacterial promise. The round-the-clock protection. And I'm going to be straight with you and play fair, because this one's different. Dial Gold actually is real soap. Flip it, and you'll find saponified oils on the panel. The honest stuff. But it's sold to you on a whole different costume. The germ-killing promise. And that promise is carried by an added active ingredient. Benzalkonium chloride. And here's the source part you need. Back in 2016, the FDA banned triclosan and 18 other antibacterial ingredients from consumer washes because the companies could not show those ingredients worked any better than plain soap and water. The FDA even said some data suggested they might do more harm than good. My verdict. You are paying extra for a germ promise the FDA itself has been waving you off of. Plain soap and water is the thing they actually told you to reach for. If you're already walking towards your shower to flip your own bar over, good, do it. I'll wait. But hit subscribe first, because right after these, I'm naming the 3 bars I actually keep in my own house, plus 1 free trick that means you stop overpaying for this stuff forever. Number 4, and this one's going to sting the folks who think they're already doing it right, because it's the natural looking one. The craft paper wrappers, the little leaf drawings, the words plant-based and clean and pure in that earthy font, the bars that look artisan and handmade and good for you. But you flip a lot of them over and you find the very same detergent panel as the fancy beauty bars, or a stripped-down formula dressed in a costume. And remember, the FDA's own framing tells us most things called soap today aren't true soap at all. My verdict, and I say it with zero shame, because the wrapper is genuinely beautiful and I get why we reach for it. A farmhouse font is not an ingredient. A green leaf on the label is doing the work the formula can't. Turn it over and read the first word like you would any other bar. Number 5 isn't a name you'll spot on your shelf, and that's exactly what makes it worth knowing. It's the back of the supply chain soap, the kind that big contract manufacturers pack for all sorts of other labels, the part of the business you never see. Last year, in August of 2025, the FDA flagged a voluntary recall from a manufacturer called Dermarite after testing turned up a bacterium called Burkholderia cepacia in their hand soaps and cleansers. Now listen to what that means, because this is the whole thing in one breath. That's a germ that can cause a serious, even life-threatening infection in someone whose body's already fighting something. The product that was made to clean your hands was the very thing that got contaminated. My verdict. Nobody schemed this up at a conference table. It's the same pattern I keep running into: soap, butter, all of it. When something's cranked out by the millions, miles from anybody who'd actually notice, the simple stuff slips through the cracks. So there's your 5. Now let me back up and give you the rule underneath all of it, because this is the bow on the whole thing. There really is a law for what gets to call itself soap. It has to be mostly those fatty acid salts, the oil and lye marriage, with nothing synthetic doing the cleaning. So the moment a company wants a bar that's cheaper to make, that sits on a shelf for years, that foams up big and fast, they swap in detergents. And the law makes them stop saying soap. So they say beauty bar instead. And here's the part that really got me. When you make real soap, you also make glycerin for free. That's the part that actually moisturizes. The good humectant. And the big makers will often pull that glycerin right back out and sell it off into the lotion aisle. The very lotion you'll go buy later to fix the tight, dry skin the stripped bar gave you. Nobody planned that in a room. It's just the cheapest choice, winning at every single step, while busy parents trust the pretty wrapper. And that recall is just the same machine showing its seams. But I won't leave you on the bad news. That was never my way. Let me tell you what I actually keep in my house. Number 1, Dr. Bronner's. The Pure Castile Bar. Flip it over and it reads like an honest recipe. Organic coconut oil, palm oil, olive oil, saponified into soap, and the wrapper even notes that the glycerin stays right in the bar where it belongs. No synthetic detergents. Real soap. top to bottom, readable by anyone. Number 2, Kirk's, the Castile bar that's been made since 1839. Flip it and you get a short, clean list: sodium cocoa, that's saponified coconut oil, then water, glycerin, and a little salt. That's it. Gentle even in hard water, and it costs about what the cheap bars cost. Proof that honest soap doesn't have to be a luxury. And number 3, the real treasure if you can find it: a local, handmade, cold process bar. The Farmer's Market Maker, the small batch soaper whose label reads like something you could cook. Oils and lye, and maybe one essential oil, with all its glycerin still in it. Because a name on the thing changes how it's made. So here's your free hack, and it'll save you money every week you live. You may not need a fancy moisturizing bar at all. A real soap bar that keeps its own glycerin already does that job. So you can stop buying the bar and stop buying the lotion that fixes the bar. Just keep one honest bar going and set it somewhere it can dry out between washes so it lasts you twice as long. And here's your homework. Right now, mid-video, I'll wait. Go to your bathroom, grab whatever bar you've got, flip it over, and read me the first 3 ingredients down in the comments. Tell me the brand and exactly what's listed. I want to see how many of you find real saponified soap and how many find a detergent hiding in a costume. And tell me what town you're washing up in while you're at it, because I want to know how bad it is out there in your aisle. Next time, I'm flipping over the body washes and those gentle little baby washes, because that bottle you think is the mildest thing in the house might be hiding the same surprise. And I want you ready for it. Remember the one rule, and you'll never need me in that aisle again. Read the first word. Oil or detergent. That's the whole secret. If you want me flipping packages over with you every week, finding the honest ones and calling out the costumes, come on and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Keep one good bar by the sink, friends.